This morning, President Biden is apologizing for last week's debate performance, telling supporters at a private fundraiser, "I wasn't very smart," saying he was in at least 15 time zones prior to the debate. Biden saying, "I decided to travel around the world a couple of times. Shortly before the debate, I didn't listen to my staff, and then I almost fell asleep on stage." But Biden returned to the U.S. 12 days before his showdown with former President Trump. And now the New York Times reports officials and insiders who spent time with the president over the last few months have been concerned about his mental fitness, reporting that although he's been sharp and engaged most of the time, he's also appeared confused or listless, or would lose the thread of conversations, adding that European leaders were, quote, shocked by a noticeable decline in Mr. Biden's physical state. The Times also reports an afternoon nap was scheduled for Biden during debate prep. Biden's campaign has been on defense, calling concerned Democrats bedwetters. But former President Obama appears to be one of those concerned Democrats. The Washington Post reports Obama has privately expressed that Biden's path to re-election grew more challenging after the debate. And former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says questions about the president's fitness are legitimate.
I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
ABC's Rachel Scott pressing the White House.
Pelosi said it's a legitimate question to ask if this is an episode or is this a condition. Which one is it?
Well, what I can tell you is that he had a cold and a bad night. I would not see this as an episode. I would see this as what it was and what we believe it to be, which is it was a bad night. And he did, on top of that, he had a cold. And that is the reality of the situation.
Congressman Lloyd Doggett of Texas is the first Democrat in Congress to call on Biden to drop out.
I think the setback that has occurred will be difficult to overcome under any circumstance.
And yesterday, a CNN poll was released showing Vice President Kamala Harris performing better against Donald Trump than Biden.
One of the arguments that the Biden team have used is that he's the only one who can win. Well, if you see this from those numbers from Vice President, that might call that into question.
But Harris is doubling down on her support.
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again.
As other top Democrats also considered potential replacements for Biden weigh in, reaffirming their support for the president while acknowledging that voters need answers.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking the president to talk to the American people a little bit more about his health or that debate performance.
Well, the Democratic Party has a great bench, and I think you and I both know there are some hyper-capable people that whose names have been mentioned as potential for the future. But right now, we're focused on the 2024 race and the fact that Joe Biden is going to be the nominee.
President Biden has scheduled a lunch today with Vice President Harris, and he will meet with Democratic governors tonight. California Governor Gavin Newsom will be among those visiting the White House today.